Yo, what's good YouTube? Welcome back to another Alliance War video. So this is the second to last war of the season, and for Loki have matched Chaos. So shout out to Judah and a couple of other people around there. Good luck to you guys in this war. Obviously this war's been and gone since now, so I do know the result, but we'll talk about it at the end. So assignments come out, and at this point I'm heading towards what's kind of like a milestone of Deathless streak. So if I get through this whole war, I'll have hit 100 fights. So it's pretty good. Obviously it's decay, so it's a little bit different to what a lot of other harder metas have been in the past to try and hit this streak. But you still got to be pretty happy with it. Like, it's at least one full season, 2 seasons pretty much. So I'm going to start on the path 2 here. You see the team of Luke Cage, Red Skull, and Crossbones. So Luke Cage has 4 fights in this war, and I think Crossbones has 2, if I remember rightly. So here, I do make a blunder in a second, and I completely forget that Longshot is a tactic defender. So I do my normal dex trick, and I'm like, oh yeah. So he's basically going to push me up to a special 2. And I'm like, that's fine. I know the concussion is not going to do anything in terms of lowering his ability accuracy, but I'm just going to throw it. It gives me the Slayer when we can move on to our lives. So you can see here, I'm going to bait one more special 1. And then I don't in the end because he was taking so long, and the slow disappeared. So I just finished the fight. It's nothing major. Again, it's just Luke Cage. Now, this one, I had done this in the off season, but thankfully the officers were very switched on and tried to tell me to be extra careful with this. So I already knew that anyway going into it, but I appreciate them putting the extra notes in the plan. It was very kind of them. So because the Tumor starts off with the concussions here, until I get a couple more debuffs on, Decay won't kick in and take away all that Thorns damage for me. But now he has, I'm all good. I can throw pretty much what I want if I want. I'm not going to throw special 1s though. So I'm just going to keep holding off, and you can see here, I can throw this special 2. It's pretty much dead anyway. But it will give another stun, so even when he throws this, and he would go unstoppable. I can just ignore it all, and end at 100%. So it's a nice fight. Well, we'll take that. Now we're going to move on to path 1 in section 2. Going to take this Kindred, and then we're going to take the Jessica Jones on the buffet node. So again, these are pretty much, well, this one here is a nothing Luke Cage fight. Yeah, I'm going to throw the special 2, get the concussions up, if I can get there in time. I actually think I kill him too quick, if I remember rightly. So I knock him down here, get Studs immune, punish the special 1, get the pause. At this point I'm like, right, okay, I'm just going to hold off, because by the time I go to 1 bar of power, you see Kindred's pretty much already dead. So I'm just going to hold off, get to the point of being rooted, smack him with a special 2, and another fight in the bin. So thank you, Whitelist Luke Cage. Would say he's probably been, I don't know the exact stats, and I'm probably not going to go and figure them out, but he's probably been one of my main attackers this season. Obviously like him and Void, and then I've been bitten and bobbing between Kushalas and Crossbones and another champion that you'll see in the next war that's just made me shiver. And Dust, obviously Dust. Really appreciated Dust this season actually, and how much she can do. So I feel like we'll probably be using her a little bit more going forward. So yeah, Crossbones on this Jess here. I'm not concerned about this in the slightest. If I can get her to throw a special 2 and I can punish it with the heavy, then that would be perfect. But as you can see, she's not quite being that kind to me. She even threw the kitchen sink at me. Disgusting. So anyway, it's a poor joke. So we're gonna then go into this. We're gonna use the relic, use the heavy, let her throw the special 2. If I do, yeah, here we go. So she throws this, but then I look and I see how many Furies I have, and that's it. I just think I'm going to finish the fight rather than baiting the special 2 out. I'll just finish it instead. So this werewolf here is actually the fight for the 100 fight on the Deathless streak. So we're going to go into this here again with Luke Cage, and this is pretty fine. I think I just throw on the science boost to be hella safe when it's absolutely not needed. Main thing here, debuffs on me, which I'm going to get, so my ability accuracy is going to be reduced, but that's fine. Just remember my parries probably won't stick, and that's about all there is to it. It's not really, it's not really a dangerous fight, especially not with decay. I just have to remember that parries won't stick. Weirdly, they were quite good, and have to think about aggression prowess on this nose. Be a special one, that might hurt a little bit, but I should be able to keep it down. You can see there, parry failed, ruptures, but it's like a 30-second fight. This next one was the one that I was most concerned about for this Alliance war in general, and it was against this counter area on the special 2, kind of like special 2 bias mini boss. I'm going to be using Crossbones for this. Now, as an Alliance, we've been pretty hit and miss with Crossbones versus Nefaria. Mine isn't the highest Sig Crossbones. He's only like 100s. I think it took him to 100s before this war started. So his shrug chance is pretty good. And you're going to see this fight starts off at a rapid pace. Like, I mean incredibly quick. Here, I just wait for my invuln to disappear, because for that many seconds left, I wasn't prepared to take the risk. If I'd have died in this fight, then I still would have had my 100 streak. It's fine, but yeah, I'd rather still try and keep it going if I can. So we're going to go here, and pretty much the whole thing of this fight is going to be to bait special 1s. Now, there is the potential chance to push him to special 3 with the invuln, but I, again, rather not. And for a lot of these fights here, or this fight in particular, you're going to see me kind of try and punish the special 1 and him kind of be able to dexterity out. And that's because the whole time I was in kind of like the final bit of it, I was pretty sure I was like dexing out of it, and I wasn't. Like, see there, I would have got parried. But yeah, so it was unfortunate, and it just became a long fight. Speaking to the officer who assigned this fight, I obviously could have timed the overrun better, like there, for example, if I could have made it happen while the special was going off. But yeah, it's just every time he gains over a bar, he's going to become a little bit stronger, a little bit more tanky, and that was what I was meant to do there with the dexterity, as you can see. But it just never seemed to work out. So, yep, there again, I think I actually managed to get the punish that time, and I'm throwing special 1s, and it's just not working for me now. Here I'm going to trigger overrun again, but his damage is just starting to ramp up even through the block. So at this point I might raise 20%. Let's see how close I can get to the special 2. Let's bait one more special 1, and we'll see exactly what position we're in by that point. But you can see here, at that point we have no Furies. He decks us out, and I'm like, oh, this is fabulous, great. So I think at this point I'm like, right, okay, if he doesn't throw it anytime soon, which he did in the end, I was going to try and relic, and then finish the fight off that way. So here I just decide to go for it. If I remember rightly, I have an invuln, and the long fight is done. So we end up winning this war. From that solo there, I took a screenshot just so I could send it to the officer. And yeah, GG's to Chaos. One more left of the season. If we win, we get Masters. Woo!